talk about gossip because what people call gossip and what gossip actually is are two very different things. See, gossip didn't start on social media, as we all know, and it didn't start in podcasts. And contrary to popular belief, it didn't start with women either. Gossip is older than civilization. And today it's being used in a very specific way against women, especially visible women. So today I want to break down where gossip really comes from, why is labeled as a woman's thing, how men's gossip gets rebranded, why gossip is used as a social control type thing, why women, especially admired women, are targeted so aggressively, and finally, how all of this played out in a real conversation involving four men and a celebrity woman. Let's get into it. Gossip is as old as humans living in groups, okay? Before laws, police, or social media, gossip was how communities actually warned each other, shared trusted information, identified danger, and enforced social rules. In anthropology, gossip is understood as a social survival tool. So, no, gossip wasn't invented by women, it's a human behavior. The difference isn't who gossips, it's who gets blamed for it. Here's where the labels come in. Historically, men controlled money, institutions, laws, public power, things of that nature, right? Whereas women were largely confined to homes, communities, relationships, and social networking. So women influence was relational, not institutional. That made women's conversation powerful, and that it that power wasn't sanctioned by an institution, and it was often dismissed. So women's talk became gossip, messy, catty, drama. Meanwhile, the men were doing the exact same thing, but that got rebranded. Let's be honest. When men gossip, it's often called calling it out or locker room talk, intel, politics, breaking it down, or just jokes, or lastly, like keeping it real. It's the same behavior, just a different label. And that matters because once something is labeled gossip, it's easier to dismiss or weaponize. See, this is the part where people avoid certain things. See, gossip isn't just chatter, it's a tool of social control, right? Groups use gossip to like punish behavior they don't like, or humble people who stand out, regulate sexuality, reinforce gender roles, or just keep people in their place. And this tool has always been aimed more sharply at women. So, why do people gossip against women so aggressively? Well, because a woman's reputation is treated like public property, right? Especially when a woman is admired or attractive, confident, visible, successful, or just simply present in a male dominated space. Okay. In that case, gossip becomes a way to sexualize her and reduce her credibility, question her morality, humble her visibility. And the fastest way to do that is a sexual rumor. And let's not front, we've seen this before. Remember high school? Remember the pretty girl that gets the attention? People feel threatened or insecure, then the rumors start. She's fast, or she's doing too much, or she's sleeping around. Not because of the evidence, but because visibility gets punished. What about an adult version? This is the same mechanism, just a bigger platform, and the hallway just became the podcast. Now, let's talk about what actually happened in this particular conversation involving four grown ass men. Yes, four grown ass men. And the woman they were talking about was the celebrity woman, Remy Ma. Okay, y'all know I love me some Remy Ma. So these four men had a conversation. Let's first, and everybody keeps neglecting the first part of the conversation. The first person who asked about the situation really was asking about the back and forth between Papoose and 50 Cent. So the first commenter mentioned something about, do you think 50 was in Remy Ma's oodles and noodles? Now these are grown ass men saying this bull crap, right? So it went from there. So they was already gossiping about Remy and 50 Cent. Okay. And then the fourth guy with the glasses, his name is Champ, he proceeded to say that he thought that that Remy Ma, not 50 Cent, that Remy Ma and Math Hoffa may have had something going on. Keyword, may have had something going on. So here's what he said. Okay. He stated what he thought he saw. Okay. He described the behavior as touchy feely. He did not witness any kissing. He did not witness any intimacy, right? He asked Math what it was all about. And Math kind of said, oh, chill, man, chill, things like that, right? So the answer was not a yes, something happened, but because it was not an outright no, there was an assumption that was made. Okay. And the assumption was spoken as if it was true. So I'm going to play this clip from the beginning to end because there was a two-part. There was the first part when he was talking to the guys, and the second part when he was talking to himself. Okay, so I'm gonna play both clips. Watch it.
Did you know that allegedly that 50 Cent probably was playing around in Remy Ma oodles and noodles?
This is when I was on Math shit, right? I had got some jackets made for me, Math, and somebody else on the show. These my expert opinion jackets when we was in DC. Come back from DC, Math met with Remy, right? On their own, one-on-one. Math comes back to me, yo, champ. Remy says she want a jacket, get one made for her. I'm like, all right, hell yeah, cool. I got you, no problem. I get the jacket made, design it, whatever the case may be. Math calls me, yo, Remy in front of my building, pull up. I was in Harlem. I pull up to the Bronx to his crib. She pull up in the big black truck. Math is outside talking to her. She like, what's up, nigga? Where my jacket at?
What?
Straight like that. I'm like, yo, damn, hello. Good evening. How you doing? How about that? She was like, yeah, I want my jacket. Like, what's up? What we doing? That's how she is, bro. I think that her and, homeboy has something going on.
Her and 50?
No, the other nigga. The nigga that's MIA right now. Nah, Math.
Wait.
Yeah, put it in the comment section.
Wait.
Put it in the comment section.
Wait. Put it in the comment section.
Because the way...
Reiterate yourself one more time.
Remember, I just told y'all the story about the jacket. So now I pull up. Me and Remy have the exchange. She like, what up, that? I'm like, yo, stop playing with me, yo. You know I got you. You ain't got to come at me with all that aggression or whatever. Math like, nah, Chip, that's how she is, da-da-da. I go to my whip, get the jacket, bring it to her. She try it on. She like, yeah, this is fire or whatever. Math like, yo, Chimp, give us a minute, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So my whip is like, like I could go sit in my whip and still see what's going on. So it was a lot of too much closeness going on.
Yeah.
There's too much closeness going on. And I was like, oh man, this is why she won't come. This
like that. Like
I said, this is why she won't come on the show.
And that Math was playing around in Remy oodles and noodles.
Allegedly.
Champ capping and all that. I don't need the cap. What y'all fail to realize is that I was around this nigga Math way more than any other co-host, damn near more than his mother and his children. I was around this dude. All right? When I pulled up to his crib in the Bronx to bring the jacket and I seen what I seen, at the end of the day, I'm a hood nigga. I know what it is. I done played around with plenty of women, all right, on a low that a lot of cats don't know about. And it's the same thing here. All right, she got a thing for battle rappers, yo. The lovey-dovey looking shit, the little hugging stuff that I seen, all right, when I said the closeness and all of that, I peeped that. All right? And then when I was told by him, yo, listen, give me a minute, and I went and sat in my car, and I looked from my car, I'm like, oh, they got in the whip. It's fucking 30 minutes past. What the fuck is going on? I'm out of here. Then the next day comes, and I'm like, yo, what was all of that about? You had me sitting waiting. You ain't even hit me back. And everybody know how Mav give it up on that end. Like, he have you waiting. Everything's on his time. He was like that with guests, with us as co-hosts, business meetings, and all of that. That's a fact. I don't need to cap about nothing. So when I seen him the next day, and I said, yo, what was all of that about? Yo, chill, kid, chill. Don't worry about all of that. That right there says all it needs to say. Because if I ask you a question, and that's your response, instead of explaining like, nah, we were just chopping it up about her getting on the show, possibly doing a record together, this, that, and the third, none of that came out of his mouth. So again, there's no reason for me to cap about this situation. Remy was fucking Mav. She was doing whatever she was doing, allegedly. That's on them too. There's a lot of shit that I know that I have yet to speak about. But this is a new year, and I don't give a fuck no more. Because y'all niggas don't give a fuck about me. Y'all never gave a fuck about me. All right? When I was going through all the shit I was going through, everybody turned their backs on me, so I don't care what nobody think. None of that. Again, y'all niggas in the comments, y'all stop the cap. Y'all wasn't around. Y'all ain't see shit. I seen everything. And that's my stance, and I'm sticking to it. Fuck out of here.
Okay, so after watching this clip, this is not reporting. And the story is basically production. Why do I say that? Because a non-denial is not a confession, and ambiguity is not evidence. And I think does not make a claim harmless when it plants a conclusion, right? So what happened here was interpretation that turned into implication. Then the implication turned into a narrative. Then the narrative turned into content. And the content turned into reputational harm, especially for Remy Ma. Because even when both people are high profile, the social penalty falls harder on the woman. So you may be saying, but what if something really happened? Hypothetically, what if it really happened though? What if it really happened, right? Well, there's still a question that never ever gets asked. Why do you feel entitled to narrate a woman's intimacy? This had nothing to do with that man. Why does closeness automatically equal sex? From what she was saying, oh, she just was a little touchy feeling. What is that to you, right? And why does her presence become an invitation for speculation? Notice he talked about, oh, she likes battle rappers. No, she's messing with one battle rapper, okay, that we know of. I've heard other rumors about some of, so what? So she's single. So that's what she likes. She likes battle rappers. It's like they're trying to downgrade who she is, right? So I want to make sure I'm clear when I say this, right? This man didn't witness any intimacy. He witnessed closeness and turned it into a sexual allegation. Okay? Let's be clear about something. A non-denial is not a confession. All right? I don't care if Matt did a little smirk or what. You made that assumption yourself.
That shit is crazy. Just to see where it's going. In my absence, to see where it's going. Niggas gotta cap and make shit up to entertain y'all now. I'm not pressed. I'm really not pressed to entertain none of the goofy shit. Honestly, 2026, I feel like if you got a problem with a nigga, or you like running your mouth about a nigga, you should make yourself available for that nigga to just have a face-to-face conversation with you. You should make yourself available. You know what I mean? 2026, pull up. Niggas should be pulling up. Yo, pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Fuck all this talking tough and all this shit online and yo, I used to and I did this and you pull up. Pull up. You see where your hands is at, man. I already see your mouth can move a million miles a minute. Where your hands is at, man? Where your hands is at? What you gonna do when niggas you know what I'm saying? Make yourself available. We probably can't monetize it on YouTube, but I think everybody will feel better. Why you flashing me? Come here, Gigi.
See, this is how women's reputation get traded like currency. And they have been putting bodies on this woman since it was found out that her and Papoose ain't been together. All of a sudden, all these bodies came out of the woodwork. All of a sudden, you try to put her in a general life. She likes battle rappers. As far as I know, she only been dealing with one battle rapper.
These last few days, right? Let me tell you, and I titled this "Blogging and Disrespect is Two Different Things." For some reason, before I start talking to Run, I never heard no rumors about her, period. But for some reason, after me, it's anytime she's somewhere at a party or something, taking the pictures, oh, yo, Rem talking to this nigga, Rem talking to that nigga. It'd be like to the point where now it's starting to be disrespectful, right? Man said it's not trying to respond to it or nothing because I already knew what's up.
And so what if she has? That's not your business. Okay? High school never ended. Okay? The hallway just became a freaking podcast. And if we're going to talk accountability, let's start with this. One, observation is not assumptions, okay? And assumptions is not facts. And lastly, gossip, no matter who does it, does real damage when it's dressed up as just conversation. And a lot of these podcast bros and having these conversations, that's what they call it. We're just talking. This is just conversation. This isn't gossip. This is gossip. This is all gossip. And they should be ashamed of this stuff, especially that man, because Champ has a problem with Math Hoffa anyway. So just to throw Remon's name in there, I don't care what you saw. That wasn't our business. And instead of people, the same men that he was talking to, condemning him right then and there, they didn't check him. You know what they did? Ooh, you seen the video? Ooh, really? Oohs and noodles saying little crass shit like that. Starting with the first one that said, if said, you think 50 was in Remy Ma's oohs and noodles? No, 50 and Remy Ma being friends. Whether 50 like Remy Ma or not, that ain't my business, right? That ain't nobody's business. But the way that they went down the line to really discredit who this woman is, because for no reason, for content, because this is just content, and these are grown as He-Ho men that's doing this. It's unfathomable. I've always heard that gossip was a woman's trait. But when you really look at the back evidence, and I just gave you a synopsis, just a quick thing, just a quick run about the history of gossip. Gossip is widely used by men for political power, for blackmail, and what have you. Right? Those institutions that they built, they kept those institutions by gossiping and keeping it over someone's head. So gossip isn't a woman's trait, it's a human's trait. It depends on how you use the gossip for it to be effective for one person and defective for another person. But gossip is gossip and gossip is human. But I really, this just chapped my stick, if you will, because I'm seeing this growing. It's actually not growing. It has grown, full grown men, and I'm not talking about the young men. I'm not talking about the men that's in their 20s. The teenagers, the 20s and 30s. These are grown men in their 30s. They got kids. They got several baby mamas. They got girlfriends. They ain't even married. Yet they will dog the absolute shit out of a woman because she's not moving the way they think she should move as a woman. And they're a damn man that's not even taking care of their kids, that's up on child support, that can't keep a family, that got all these broken homes everywhere. But how dare a woman who is single, moving from a single standpoint, because her and Pap ain't together no more, moving from a single standpoint, at that time, it seemed like it was before Easy. And if it wasn't, oh, well, that's between her and Easy, right? But if she was moving in a certain way, that wasn't your call. That wasn't your judgment call, sir. You out of pocket. And the men that sit up there and oohs and move, they were out of pocket too. All of you men are out of pocket. The fact that these men ain't even being checked because this is part of celebrity gossip is crazy to me. Like there's no barrier anymore. It's disgusting. And this is for anybody. Y'all did this with Meg Thee Stallion. Y'all did this with Doechii. Y'all do this with Cardi. Hell, you did it with Nicki. Y'all did it with Lil Kim. Y'all do it with all of these women. Y'all do it. Y'all go to the most vulgar, disrespectful line that you can cross. And then when somebody do finally check you, you want to act like you're victims. Y'all sat up here and said that Doechii was the plant, and Doechii been out in the industry for over 10 years. Y'all put so many bodies on Meg Thee Stallion. It's crazy. And then laughed that she got shot. But mad because Tory, who actually did it, mad because he got in, he's in prison. Y'all, Cardi, y'all sat up there and tried to bully Cardi to stay with Offset, and that man cheated everywhere on her. Now, Stefan, oh, hey, we can talk about that's a different situation. I get it. But let's be real about it, okay? Let's be real about it. Y'all have dogged damn near every woman. Angel Reese, you dogged the hell out of Angel Reese. She shouldn't be in Victoria's Secret. She doesn't play better than the white girl. She did all these different men coming at these women like it's normal because you hate your mama or you too scared to talk to your mama and your sister because you got your ass beat by her. Instead of you go, and I don't even think all of you hate your mama. I think all of y'all trying to get your shit off because this is a place that allows you to do it. See, the male locker room doesn't contain this anymore. Y'all feel like you saying this gives you a type of freedom, and you know that women can't naturally beat you. But when we don't even have men checking you, because there used to be men that used to check you. Like, yo, man, that's a female. You ain't got to say that. But you got these sorry ass men that's out here that's allowing the sorry ass meanness. So now we're in this matrix of he-hold'em. And these he-hold'ems, these he-hoes are just out here just gossiping horribly. And it's a shame. It's a purity shame that these men is okay with acting like this, disrespecting a woman's worth. You don't know nothing about that woman. Whatever rumor you heard, you didn't see it. You know it ain't true because it ain't there in your face. There's a lot of things that could be true, but it doesn't have anything to do with you though, right? You wasn't part of it, right? So stop it. Because if we start going into your life, can you live up to what you're trying to make this woman measure up to be in your life? That woman's a whole mogul. What are you? Some gossiping ass man being mad because you ain't at the standard that you want, or a bitter ass man that was part of a podcast that got fired. And let's not talk about when you were still in champ. I mean, we can go on. We can go on. And for my last clip, I have the small clip that is rarely shown as to why Papoose is supposed to be mad at Math Hoffa. After that, I'm going to show something else too. Just pay attention to the other clip right after this one.
I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat ride on the West Side Highway with Pap and Gap, right?
Salute to
And
Gap, my nigga
yeah,
Gap.
salute to Gap Murder.
Yeah,
I'm on a boat ride with them niggas, and we all in the same section. And Pap energy was just like something was wrong. I guess their issues was happening already. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But like we was talking to him about coming on the show. He kept clipping that shit. Like, nah, I'm not coming on the
Wow.
show. Nah, I'm not doing
Wow.
that. Gad, if you want me to come on your show, I'll come on your show. Yeah, but that nigga,
Yeah.
nah, I'm not doing that. Why? I don't know.
He never been on Mav's show. Never, right?
No, he
But I'm gonna stop here. I would love for you guys to put in your comments what you feel about this situation as a whole, not just towards Remy, but as a whole, what they've been doing with women here lately. How do y'all feel about it? How do you feel about these men being the he-hoes that they are and gossiping and rejoicing in the gossip? All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all have a good day. Bye.